Well, hello everybody. By request, today's video is going to be all about restoring and relieving the neck. So text neck is a major issue in especially any modern society, not just because of desk jobs. People without desk jobs can also have that forward tilt, or that forward motion of the head, which is called text neck because, as you can see, boom. We do this a lot, whether you're driving, whether you're at your desk, whether you're even reading, or just having bad posture in your chair, on your couch, or in your car. We can get that forward and down motion of the skull, that rounding of the upper back. And what this action does is it causes a lot of overworking to happen in the neck. And as I'm sure you can imagine, the neck muscles are not particularly hefty or strong or girthy. They definitely don't compare to like our quadriceps, right? They're small muscles. They vary in length. Some are short, some are long, and they can hold a lot of tension because they're holding this really heavy cranium all day long. So the reason I'm here in this kind of weird corner of my room is so that we can do one particular thing, which you can probably see is already set up. But because you guys are on my Patreon account, I want to give you a little bit more bang for your buck, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the neck, and I'm going to show you some really cool props I have if you are someone who has a lot of chronic neck pain and tension or tension headaches. I just want to give you an overview of all these things you can have that can help you. And if you want to skip this, if you're doing this practice for the second time or however many times and you just want to skip over this, as always, there'll be a timestamp either here or here, somewhere around here where you can just skip ahead. So, brief discussion about the neck. All kinds of muscles are up here in the neck and in the upper back. Ooh, our air conditioner kicked on. Hopefully it's not too loud. And in the shoulders. And so there's kind of this chain, this back body chain going on that often when one area is out of whack, it's going to zoop lead right up the chain to the other areas and cause this kind of chain reaction of discomfort and pain and tension. And we talk about it a lot in my yoga classes. It's why already I have so many videos up for low back pain, for strengthening the spine, for back bending, because I really believe that's what our bodies need. But particularly the neck area can be difficult because when we have neck tension, what do? We kind of sit there, we roll our shoulders, we tilt the head side to side, stretch it, and that's good, but it's not the best. There's lots of other things we can do. And while my number one thing would be strengthen, go to a yoga class, do some back bends, do some locust poses, scapular push-ups, all that good stuff. Sometimes we just really, really need to relax, and often tension in the neck, I'm sure you know, comes from stress, anxiety, tension in our lives and our bodies. So this practice is going to be more of the yin side, more of the restorative side of relieving tension and pain in the neck. So we're going to focus on actions that help to bring the ears back over the shoulders, that help to bring that natural curve of the cervical spine, which is the neck spine, restore that curve again, as well as that help to open the chest and draw the shoulder blades back. And then finally, I just want to go over a couple extra goodies you can have at home or in your arsenal to help combat chronic neck pain, especially if you're someone where you're like, your job is not changing anytime soon. We're in a pandemic. We're all sitting a lot. We're working from home more. We're stressed. These can be good things to have at home. So the first thing I want to talk about, which many of you I'm sure know of already, are yoga tune-up balls. I'm not yoga tune-up method certified, but I've been fascia rolling with these since 2015. And you can get these on Amazon. You can get a lacrosse ball. Tennis balls are a little soft. I would recommend a tune-up ball or a lacrosse ball. I like these better than lacrosse balls because they have a little bit of give, which can be nicer for these smaller, more tender muscles. So something good you can do, and this isn't a fascia rolling video, we're not going to use these today, but I just want to mention these can be really great for getting into the upper back and the rhomboids, for getting in the neck, for coming right at the occiput, the base of the skull, and laying on the ground and rolling side to side, getting into any tender points, which are often adhesions there. You can also take one out and just manually massage the neck. If you work in an office still, you're sitting at a desk, grab one of these babies and just roll some of that tension away. Another great prop to have at home is a prana mat. I have the mat, I just didn't bring it in here, but I really like the pillow that they come with. And prana mats, you can see, have these really pokey, kind of like acupressure, little studs on them. And with the pillow, you of course can put it at the neck, and you can also do it long ways and get into those rhomboids. And the acupressure helps to stimulate circulation to areas of the body that are inflamed. So taking ibuprofen can be good, which is, you know, anti-inflammatory, can be beneficial if you really need pain relief. But inflammation is usually the body's response for healing or to give you a sign. So often inflammation reads as pain, and but especially with the upper back and the neck, when it's inflamed, we want that circulation to come in, which can really help give some relief to areas. So that's what this does, is it helps stimulate that circulation to kind of bring blood to the area to stimulate healing. And then there's also the yoga wheel. Now, many of you have done supported fish with me, and many of my classes with my favorite poses. This is kind of the same thing. Kind of gives you the same effect as laying over a block. But what I like about this is it's really easy to kind of massage the whole spine and roll up and down. So you can cradle the head in the hands and just roll up and down on the back. You can get more into the low back. You can get more into the thoracic. And you can even just let the head hang. Get some of that axial extension, which is where the spine lengthens kind of like a slinky upwards, which is that traction just feels amazing. So for this practice, you're just going to need 2 blocks, and as you can see behind me, a strap. We're going to begin with some neck traction using a strap on a doorknob, which is like my favorite thing ever. If you don't have a safe place to do this, if you don't have a door with a doorknob like this, or you just can't find a good setup, then feel free to skip this first part and we're gonna meet in cat and cow. Or you're welcome to take supported fish instead, which is just a block underneath the upper back and allowing the head to drop back on the floor just to open the chest. So that's what we're gonna need for this practice. Let's go ahead and begin. So starting off with our neck traction. So you're gonna have your strap already tied into a loop using the D-ring so that this is nice and secure. You're gonna bring it along the doorknob. Please don't use a dresser, because if that dresser falls on you, it'll probably very severely injure you, and I don't want to be liable for that. So just using a door, and also make sure it's not a door that people come in and out of. A good rule of thumb with your strap is that I have found while playing with this is have it to where the strap is right at about the forehead. You don't want it super, super high, and you can always adjust. And then the other thing is, rather than having the strap hang straight down, you can see based on where I'm at, it's going to be more at an angle. So what I'm going to do is lift the head and bring the strap around the occiput and around my ears, but that also just might be the shape of my head. Mine goes around my ears in order to find a comfortable place. And again, rather than hanging straight down, scoot yourself forward a little bit so that it's more at an angle. I'm going to make mine just a little bit longer, because if it's too short, it's just going to feel like your head is just being hung. Oh, see, that's better. You want to get that good spot right at the base of the skull. And then as soon as you kind of settle in and relax, you'll feel the traction happening in the neck. So get it nice and comfortable. Again, for me, mine has to go over my ears in order to get that really good angle. So play around, move it around. A little bit of a tilt back of the head for me. Oh my God. This is the best. And then bring the legs anywhere comfortable. And just let the eyes close. As you breathe here, allow everything to be heavy, even the jaw. See if you can bring your awareness to those muscles in the neck, both behind, in the back of the neck, in the sides, and even the throat. Allow your shoulders to feel heavy. Allow your arms to feel heavy, even the hands. Just relaxing your entire head's weight into the strap. Take one more breath here. Good, now the neck muscles are nice and relaxed. So to come out safely, reach the arms up to the strap. You use your hands to bring some tension to the strap, kind of like you're doing a pull-up on the strap. Pull up your whole chest, slide the head out, and lay it flat down onto the ground. Good, let's take just 3 breaths here. From here, roll over to one side and press yourself up. Isn't that just the best sensation in the world? So coming into a tabletop, bring your hands shoulder width, if not a little bit wider even, just for a lot of support in the upper back. We're going to start just with some simple cat and cows. On your inhale, arching the spine, drawing the shoulder blades back. Lift the chin, get that stretch in the throat. Exhale, chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. Good, and from here, just taking a few rounds on your own. Adding any organic movements as we typically do in practice. Just using this time to find freedom in the spine, the shoulders, and the hips. Okay, let's take 2 more rounds. Good. Find a neutral tabletop position. Spread the fingers nice and wide. From here, we're going to do some scapula push-ups just to massage the upper back. We're not going to do them until our muscles are burning. So scapula push-ups are pretty simple. I like to push down through the fingernails, and I like to imagine that I'm gripping the floor and I'm pulling my chest to the floor. As you can see, my elbows aren't bending. This can be really helpful to do in front of a mirror so you can double check that your elbows aren't bending. So you're just pushing the ground away to separate and broaden the shoulder blades. And then you're bringing the shoulder blades together to lower the chest towards the floor. You're pressing and pulling. Pressing and pulling. Good. Continuing just like this. All the while, keep the gaze kind of at the top of your mat or just a little bit above your fingertips so that the neck remains long. Think about keeping the skull in line with the shoulders so the head isn't going down and forward. You're working those upper back muscles, you're working those neck muscles. Again, this can be really helpful to do in front of a mirror so you can make sure elbows aren't bending and you can keep your neck long. Go, let's do just a couple more. Good. If you're really trying to get rid of upper back pain, doing this until you are sweating, until your upper back is burning can be helpful. We're just going to do 2 more. Really pull, squeeze the shoulder blades, push them apart. Squeeze them together, push them apart, and then find neutral. On your inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky, twist the spine. Exhale, thread the needle. Right arm threads under the left, resting the side of the skull down onto the mat. Use your left hand, give it a firm press into your mat and open up, bringing your chin towards your shoulder, looking up towards the ceiling. Good. Take a couple breaths here. Can you see me? Okay, good. Good. On your next inhale, press down through your left hand, open back up to the right. Exhale, right hand down. Other side, inhale, left arm up and twist. Exhale, thread the needle towards the right. Right hand in front of the face. Push through the right hand, turn your chin towards your shoulder, look up. Good. Next inhale, press down, stretch back up to the left. Exhale, hands down, neutral tabletop position. Here, come into a comfortable seat, kneeling down. So sitting onto your heels. Oh, I can't really see, can you? There we go. From your kneeling position, bring your hands to the outside of your feet and then bring them to the top and then in, right? So you're getting this external rotation of the upper arms. Your hands are grabbing towards your inner arches of your feet. Thumbs are on the outside of your feet. Draw your shoulder blades together. Take an inhale. Arch the spine. Lift the heart. Allow the head to not drop straight back like this, but keep the chin just slightly tucked enough to where your back of the back of the neck is doing some support work. It's not just dropping back. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, round the shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale, little baby camel pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Head goes back. Exhale, round the spine. Shoulders forward, chin down. Last one. Inhale, little baby cow. Exhale. Good. Bring your hands down towards the tabletop. Spin your shins off to one side. Come to a sit. Grab your strap. You can sit kneeling. You can be in a crisscross applesauce. But make sure you have enough room on the sides of you and behind you. Again, a lot of you know where we're going with this. This is one of my favorite ways to get some range of motion into the shoulders. So grabbing your strap, bringing it shoulder width distance or wider. I have pretty mobile shoulders, so this works for me, but you may need to go quite a bit wider. So you can use, again, a towel, or you can untie your strap as well, but this is going to work just fine for me. Arms in front of you. Take an inhale, bring the arms straight up overhead, and pause here. Pull the ribs back. Keep the chin neutral, reach the arms up, and then bring the hands straight back behind you. Now, don't do this if you can, because this is going to bring it a lot into the chest, and we want to really get into that upper back. So try and keep the arms straight as the strap goes back behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, bring it all the way down. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bring it down. Good. Just syncing our breath with some movement. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, straight back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Release the strap down to the side. Toss it aside. Bring your right arm to the side body like a little tray or a mirror. Right hand like a little tray. You're going to take your left hand out to a T, turn your thumb down, and bring it behind you. Find your bicep. So what this is we're locking that left forearm parallel to the earth on the back body. So the hand, that back hand, is not crawling up the back here, which is not bad, but it's just not what we're going for. Now, if you're here and you can't grab your bicep, that's okay. You're going to take that right hand and you're going to bring it behind your back just like this. So you're still securing that forearm parallel with the mat or with the ground, wherever you are. So with that bicep, bring that left shoulder down towards the earth as much as you can. Really pull that left shoulder down, the one that's internally rotated. Then with the hand with the tray, if you have the tray, you're gonna, I always just think there's like a little plate of cake on my hand. I don't know why. Bring that hand forward. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna help lock this humerus bone, which is the upper arm bone, in place. Then you're gonna tilt your head over to the right. Now, from here, if you've landed here and you're like, okay, this is fine, try and find somewhere that feels really tight, really sticky, that kind of feels tender. So play with tilting the head back, chin up towards the sky, chin towards the shoulder. And then when you find somewhere really tight, hold there. Remember, keep pulling that tray forward so you're really locking that bone down. That left shoulder is still down towards the mat. It's not hiking up towards the ear. If you're kind of tired with the spot you're at, you can find a different one. Remembering the jaw doesn't need to be totally slack, but just allow it to be soft. Let's take one more breath. Good. Bring your chin back up to parallel. Slowly release the hands down, especially that left arm. And pause a moment in neutral. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze them back. Pull them down. Forward, up, back, down. Last one. Forward, up, back, and down. Good. Other side. So left arm to your little tray. Right arm to a T, thumb down to internally rotate, bring it behind you. Again, you can find your wrist or find your bicep of that left arm. First, pull that right shoulder down away from the ear so it's really long and spacious on the right side of your neck. And then pull your little tray forward so that you're really locking that shoulder down. It's not going to budge and it's not going to hike up. That's what makes a lot of stretches ineffective. And then tilt your head over to the left. Good. Just like before, if you've landed in a good spot, stay. If you need to do a little exploration, do so. Now for me, I find that I get a lot of tension through the front of the neck, almost the throat, and I can kind of feel it almost from my collarbone all the way up to my jaw. So allow the jaw to be soft. Again, play a little bit with direction. Find those really tight spots. And listen to the story that your body is telling you. It's giving you patterns. It's giving you information. Where you hold tension is part of your body's story. And it's giving you information so you can be more mindful about how you use your body and how you function. Take one more breath. Good. Bring the chin back up to parallel. Whew. Slowly release the arms. Take a moment. A couple shoulder rolls. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. 2 more. Good. Very nice. Interlace the hands behind the back of the skull. Draw the elbows together, round the spine, hollow the belly. Good. Inhale. Do a little cow. Let the elbows go wide. Drop the head back. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Find neutral. Exhale. Release the hands down. Good. Let's come into our final pose. Supported fish. 2 blocks here. You may only need 1 depending on how mobile your upper back, your thoracic spine is. And wherever you bring the block that's going underneath your upper back, you want it about here. So you can see the top of the block is somewhere around the base of my shoulder blades, of my scapula. So it's not way up here. If it's way up here when I lay back, nothing's going to happen to my chest. My chest isn't going to open. Ooh, my SI just popped. It felt good. You want it to be right at that place around the base of the shoulder blades, around where your bra strap is or would be, so that your chest can open and your shoulders can melt down. Now, I have a lot of space in my thoracic spine, so I can take medium setting and just let the head drop back, and this feels really good for me. If this is too much, you can, of course, bring this first block down to the lower setting. You can also take your second block and bring it underneath the head. What's important to me is that your ears and your shoulders are in the same line. So if you are in a position where, if you're here, for me this would be a little too high because you can see my neck is being lengthened. It's in text neck position. My ears are forward. So I want my ears to be in line, or I really prefer to have them below, to really kind of bring that curve back to the neck. Legs can be straight if you have the space. I prefer mine to be bent in this pose anyways. And as you can see, my arms naturally just come to a cactus here. This feels really good. It really opens the chest, but arms can be long. You can also bring hands to hips, but this doesn't feel good on my scapula. I prefer a more wide, spacious stance with the arms. Good, and we're going to spend some time here. This is going to be our final resting pose. Wherever you choose to be, take a deep inhale and exhale. Enjoy your break. Draw a deep breath in through your nose. And let it go out the mouth. Start to rock the head side to side. And then slowly begin to rise up onto one forearm and then the other. Then to your hand, and then to your other hand. Pressing your way up to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands together in prayer. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope your upper back and your neck feels a lot of relief and you feel like your shoulders are just sitting a little bit lower, like a weight has been taken off of them. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.